Go.
Hi, I'm Laura Bryant. I'm the creative director and dyer and color creator for Prism Yarns, and we are here at TNNA. I'd like to give you a little tour of our booth. Some of the hot items that we've done for fall and some of the new things that we have. These are the Goldilocks ponchos. We're calling them that because we have baby bear, mama bear, and papa bear size. This is our fantastic stuff family of yarns. Here we have layers stuff which has no eyelash, wild stuff which is real sparkly, fancy, and has lots of eyelash, and cool stuff that has a little bit less eyelash. All of them are trimmed with our uber luxurious plume faux fur. This takes a single skein of stuff. This has a skein of symphony added to it to stretch it to make it a little bit bigger, and this has a skein of Madison in it to make it even a little bit bigger. So you go from being a little capelet to a wrist length to a fingertip length poncho, just by adding a few more yards. Have a lot of bounce and swing, very fun. Been very, very big hit here at this show. Now let me show you some of the colors of stuff. We rarely get to see our wall of stuff yarns in such a beautiful way. Another great item with stuff is something that can be made with a simple half skein of stuff and one skein of plume. It's a little infinity cowl. Looks great, great accent, doubled like this, jewelry piece. Get a little bit cold or you want a more dramatic look, triple it up. Fantastic. We like it with a contrast where the plume's a little different color than the stuff, and you can see on the wall that we have stuck some plumes in where we thought they might go nicely with the stuffs. So you've just been looking at layers stuff, which doesn't have any eyelash, and we're about to look at wild stuff, which is our original hand-tied yarn. All hand-dyed, all gauge coordinated, tied together by hand, end to end, so that it changes as you knit, from one texture to another to another. Great fun. Now let's look at some of the other bases that we have, because we also carry just really classic luxury yarns, and here's a sampling of those. We have everything from sock yarn to DK weight, often with a little touch of cashmere. We have sparkly ribbons. We have thick, scrumptious rayon chenille that makes fantastic throws. Single spun ultra fine merino makes terrific accents. And here's our newest addition to our family. We are making gradients. This is on Merino Mia, which is our fingering weight 100% merino, lovely bouncy firm twisted yarn, great for everything from socks to accessories to jackets. The gradient pack is close to 1,600 yards of yarn, enough to make a very generous shawl. 2 packs will make up to an extra large sweater. 8 steps, 8 very carefully calibrated steps from light to dark. And at this point, we're doing 6 different colorways. We have Marsala, Blues, Mallard, Fuchsia, Gray, and Taupe. This is so new that we don't even have garments yet, but just you wait. By September, we will. It's our lovely sequin yarn. And of course, our exciting faux furs, both the long-haired plume and the cropped fur plumette. Our new color for fall is tamarack, which is a lovely blend of teal, inky olive green, and navy, both in a dyed color and in wild stuff. Another big hit that a lot of stores have done very well with, and a lot of consumers have made very happily, is our eccentric chevron shawl. It's eccentric because one leg of the chevron is short and one leg is long, and when you knit that, it biases. So instead of having a long rectangle, because we mirror image the setup in the center back, you get a shawl that has a gentle dip in the back with nice long arms that are long enough to drape around you, and because it's garter stitch, you can fold it, they'll stay put. You can do this. There are a lot of options for wearing this. It's very fun to knit, it's very easy to knit, and a lot of people have really enjoyed it. A pack is 6 skeins of yarn in colors that we have done arrangements of. You, the knitter, then get to choose where each color goes, and you cut and tie every single row a different color, so you're making the fringe as you go. No finishing. And then some of our new garments that we're pretty excited about. We've taken that same eccentric chevron, short leg, long leg, and made a fantastic ruana out of symphony. Instead of allowing it to be totally free, we've put buttons and loops down the side, so you can choose to have it as a traditional ruana, totally open, or you can button a couple of buttons so it's a little bit more like a vest. Again, fringe at the bottom, so as you're knitting one row of each color, you're cutting and tying and making twisted fringe later. Just a very nice effect. This is one of our most popular sweaters. This is the Sonata jacket. It was the cover of my book, Artful Color Mindful Knits. Again, a lot of people have made this. It's a real classic, very, very complimentary on most body styles. So a lovely new shawl with Madison, Petite Madison, and Shimmerati. Begins life as simple garter stitch. You slowly add more and more units of chevron, which bends the wrap around. You then decrease up to the neck, and you get a beautifully fitted shawl that will sit on your shoulders.
Good morning. Just a reminder that exhibitors can sign up for the next 2 sessions, next 2
We also
shows.
have a crochet version of our eccentric knitted shawl. Same amount of yarn to do the crochet version.
2017 show.
This wrap and this vest are both examples of another technique we've been playing around with a lot. This is 3 strands of delicato, and the total number of skeins are all different colors, and as you knit, you cut out a strand and put in another color, cut out a strand, put in another color. So you become the controller of your long changing repeats.
Today you can sign up for the next 2 shows. Thank you.
We've revived a fabulous yarn called Curls, which makes absolutely adorable accessories. We have hat, fingerless mitts, and a fantastic après-ski vest. Very fun. And here is our famous ikat knits. You've seen it on the cover of Vogue. The yarn is dyed specifically to make all of these fantastic patterns. This is something you can learn to do from my Craftsy class called Color Patterning with Hand-Dyed Yarn. It shows you all of the ways to make these things work. We have a new variation called Shades. We're very excited about this. And of course, this wrap was also recently in Vogue Knitting. This tunic and skirt, the skirt is again taking advantage of shades. This was in a recent issue of Knitters magazine. Another chevron piece, great fitting jacket that was also in Knitters. And our great little Goldilocks poncho makes a fantastic skirt. Has to be worn to really appreciate it. We put a drawstring on the waist so you can use it as either a poncho or a skirt. If you want to have fur around your neck, then you make a cowl that can put fur around your neck. Very fun. We have, again, a changing gradation cowl in lace wool. You move from 3 strands of the lipstick to 3 strands of the shadow by replacing 1 strand at a time to get that lovely gradation from red to gray. A slightly larger version of the eccentric shawl, which was in Vogue Holiday last year. This one takes 8 skeins and again, just fantastic. Next piece is from the most recent issue of Vogue. This is an oversized jacket that takes advantage of the very clean colors that we have in Prism yarns, the repeat of it. And all of those colors are dyed into the yarn. You, the knitter, find the magic number, knit around, steeked later, and make those colors stack and pattern and do fantastic things. So thanks for joining me on our little tour. Hope to see you knitting soon.